This is the Chiropractic Marketing Podcast, an on-demand talk radio show that covers internet marketing best practices for chiropractors. I'm your host, Dr. Patrick McNamara. Welcome, everyone, to episode number 70 of the Chiropractic Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Patrick McNamara, and we're wrapping up our three-part series on video marketing for local SEO. In our first episode, we covered YouTube optimization strategies. In our second episode, we dove deep into Google Business Profile videos. Today, we're tying it all together by talking about video schema markup and how to create a comprehensive video marketing ecosystem that dominates your local market. Now, I know that schema markup sounds technical and maybe a little intimidating, but stick with me because this is actually pretty straightforward once you understand what it does. And more importantly, it can make a huge difference in how your videos show up in search results. So let's start with the basics. Schema markup is basically code that you add to your website that helps search engines understand what your content is about. Video schema specifically tells Google, hey, this page has a video on it, and here's exactly what that video contains. When you implement video schema correctly, your videos can show up in search results with rich snippets that include a thumbnail, duration, and description. These enhanced listings get way more clicks than regular text listings. Think about when you search for something on Google and you see a result that has a video thumbnail right there in the search results. You're way more likely to click on that, right? That's what proper video schema markup can do for your chiropractic practice website. Now, I'm not going to pretend that implementing schema markup is something every chiropractor can or should do themselves. This is technical SEO work that often requires a developer or a specialized tool. But I want you to understand what it is and why it matters, so you can either work with your web developer to implement it or know what to look for if you're hiring a marketing agency. Here's what video schema includes and why each piece matters. You need to specify the video name or title, which helps Google understand what the video is about and when to show it in search results. You include a description that provides detailed context about the video content. You add the thumbnail URL so Google can show an actual image of your video in search results. You specify the upload date, which helps with freshness signals. You include the duration, and you add the content URL, which is the actual link to where the video is hosted. One really important thing to understand is that for video schema to work properly, the video needs to be visible on the page without requiring a click or interaction. Google needs to be able to find and index the video directly. You can't hide it behind a click or put it in a pop-up and expect the schema to work correctly. Also, you want to host your videos on a reliable platform. YouTube is great because Google obviously has no problem crawling and indexing YouTube videos. If you're embedding YouTube videos on your website and then adding schema markup, you're essentially giving Google multiple ways to discover and rank your content. Here's a specific strategy that combines everything we've talked about in this series. Let's say you create a comprehensive video about treating sciatica. You upload that video to YouTube with proper optimization, including your location in the title and a detailed description. You embed that same video on a dedicated page on your website about sciatica treatment, and you implement video schema markup on that page. You also create a shorter, more personal version of that video for your Google Business Profile. Now you've created a video marketing ecosystem. Patients can find you through YouTube search, through Google search when they're looking for sciatica information, through your website when they land on your sciatica page, and through your Google Business Profile when they're comparing local chiropractors. You're essentially omnipresent in your market for that particular condition. And here's what's really exciting about this approach. Video content continues working for you long after you create it. A well-optimized video can bring in new patients month after month, year after year. It's not like a paid ad that stops working the moment you stop paying. This is content that builds equity in your online presence. Let me walk through a practical example of how this ecosystem works in practice. Let's say you're a chiropractor in Austin, Texas, and you want to dominate the market for headache treatment. Here's your video ecosystem strategy. First, you create a comprehensive 8-minute YouTube video titled How Chiropractic Care Treats Chronic Headaches in Austin. In this video, you explain the different types of headaches, how chiropractic adjustments can help, what patients can expect from treatment, and you share a success story or two. You optimize the title, description, and tags for local search. You include a link to your website's headache treatment page and your booking page. Second, you create a dedicated page on your website specifically about headache treatment. You embed that YouTube video on this page, and your developer implements video schema markup. You also write comprehensive content on this page about headaches, your treatment approach, frequently asked questions, and a clear call to action to book an appointment. Third, you create a 45-second version of that content specifically for your Google business profile. This shorter version hits the key points. If you're dealing with chronic headaches, chiropractic care might be the solution you've been looking for. At our Austin practice, we specialize in finding the root cause of your headaches and providing lasting relief. Give us a call to schedule a consultation. Now, when someone in Austin searches for help with their headaches, you show up everywhere. Your YouTube video might appear in video results. Your website page with the embedded video and schema markup might show up in organic search results with a video thumbnail. Your Google business profile with the short headache video shows up in local map results. You've created multiple touch points with that potential patient, and each one reinforces your expertise and authority. This is what I mean by a video marketing ecosystem. It's not just creating random videos and hoping for the best. It's strategically creating content that works together across multiple platforms to maximize your visibility and attract the patients you want to serve. Now let's talk about some strategies for actually creating all this content without it taking over your entire life. Because I know you're busy running a practice and seeing patients, you don't have endless time to spend on video production. Here's my recommendation. Set aside one afternoon per quarter to batch create video content. That's 4 afternoons per year. In each session, film content for multiple videos. You can create 2 or 3 longer educational videos for YouTube, film several short clips for Google Business Profile, and record updated content as needed. The key to making this work is preparation. Before your filming day, plan out exactly what videos you're going to create. Write down the key points for each one. Gather any props or materials you need. Set up your lighting and camera position. Then just work through your list methodically. Change your shirt or tie between takes if you want videos to look like they were filmed on different days. Film in different locations in your office for variety, but don't overthink it. The goal is to create useful, authentic content, not to win an Academy Award. For editing, you don't need to be a professional. Your smartphone probably has built-in editing tools that are perfectly adequate. There are also free and low-cost tools like iMovie, Windows Video Editor, or apps like InShot that make basic editing really simple. You're mostly just trimming the beginning and end, maybe cutting out a section where you stumbled over your words. You don't need fancy graphics or transitions. Now, let me address the content question because this comes up a lot. What should I even talk about in my videos? Start by paying attention to the questions your patients ask you during consultations. Every question is a potential video topic. How does chiropractic help with this specific condition? What does treatment involve? How long does it typically take to see results? Is chiropractic safe for this situation? You can also create videos about common conditions you treat, what to expect during different types of treatments, your approach to patient care, your philosophy about wellness and prevention, common misconceptions about chiropractic, insurance and billing information, and local community involvement. The key is to think about what would be helpful or reassuring to someone who's considering becoming your patient. What information would make them more likely to choose you over another chiropractor? What would address their concerns or questions? That's the content you should be creating. Let me share some specific video strategies that separate practices that get okay results from practices that dominate their market through video. First is the question and answer series. Every week or month, choose one common question you get from patients and create a short video answering it. These videos are perfect for both YouTube and your Google business profile. They position you as an expert. They help with AI visibility because AI assistants pull from video content when answering questions, and they're incredibly shareable. Second is seasonal content. Create videos that address seasonal concerns. Back pain from yard work in the spring, sports injuries in the summer, text neck from increased device use, or pain from shoveling snow in the winter. These videos can be published year after year and will be particularly relevant when people are actually experiencing those issues. Third is collaboration with other local businesses. Partner with a local gym, yoga studio, or physical therapy practice and create videos together. This expands your reach, provides valuable content, and helps with local SEO because you're building local connections. Now let's talk about some common mistakes to avoid because I see these repeatedly and they can undermine your entire video marketing strategy. Mistake number one is creating videos without any optimization. Just uploading a video to YouTube without a proper title, description, or tags is like opening a practice without a sign out front. Nobody's going to find it. Every video you create needs to be optimized for search. Mistake number two is inconsistency. Creating 5 videos in January and then not posting anything for 6 months doesn't work. The algorithm rewards regular, consistent content. Even if it's just 1 video a month, stick to a schedule. Mistake number 3 is poor audio quality. People will forgive mediocre video quality, but they won't stick around if they can't hear you clearly. Make sure you're filming in a quiet space and speak clearly. Mistake number 4 is not including a call to action. Every video should end with a clear next step. If you're experiencing lower back pain, call our office to schedule a consultation. Visit our website to learn more. Check the link in the description for more information. Don't just end the video and hope people know what to do next. Mistake number 5 is not repurposing content across platforms. If you created a great video for YouTube, create a shorter version for your Google business profile. Pull out key quotes and turn them into social media posts. Embed the video on your website. Get maximum mileage out of every piece of content you create. Let me share a success story that illustrates how powerful this comprehensive approach can be when done right. I worked with a chiropractor in a medium-sized market who was struggling to differentiate himself from 5 other practices in his area. We developed a complete video marketing ecosystem where he committed to creating 2 videos per month. One was an educational video optimized for YouTube about a specific condition, and one was a personal practice-focused video for his Google business profile. I also implemented video schema markup on key pages of his website where I embedded the YouTube videos. Within 3 months, his Google business profile views increased by 180%. Within 6 months, he was ranking on the first page of YouTube for multiple condition-related searches in his city. Within a year, his new patient numbers had increased by 45%, and when he asked new patients how they found him, the majority mentioned watching his videos, but here's what really struck him. He told me that the patients who came in after watching his videos were different. They were more informed, they understood what to expect, they were more compliant with treatment plans, and they referred more of their friends and family. The video content wasn't just bringing in more patients. It was bringing in better patients who were more aligned with his practice philosophy. That's the real power of video marketing for chiropractors. It's not just about rankings and visibility, although those are important. It's about building genuine connections with people before they ever walk through your door. It's about educating and empowering potential patients so they make informed decisions about their health. It's about showcasing what makes your practice unique in a way that text and photos simply can't match. Now, I want to address something important. Everything I've shared in this series about video marketing works best when it's part of a comprehensive digital marketing strategy. You can't ignore your website SEO, your Google Business Profile optimization, your review management, and all the other fundamentals and just focus on video. But when you add strategic video content on top of a solid foundation, that's when you really start to see transformational results. If you've been following this podcast, you know I always come back to the importance of building systematically. Video marketing is incredibly powerful, but it's not a magic bullet that makes up for weaknesses in other areas. Get your Google Business Profile fully optimized first. Make sure your website is solid. Get your review management process in place. Then layer in video content, and you'll see compounding returns from everything working together. Here's my challenge for you over the next 30 days. I want you to create and publish at least 3 videos. 1 educational video for YouTube about a condition you commonly treat, 1 welcome or office tour video for your Google Business Profile, and 1 patient success story or testimonial. Don't overthink it, don't wait for perfect conditions, and don't let perfectionism stop you from getting started. And if you're serious about dominating your local market and you want help building a comprehensive video marketing strategy that actually works, that's exactly what we help chiropractors do at DCRank. We handle the technical SEO, the optimization, the schema markup, all of it. You focus on creating content and serving your patients, and we'll make sure that content reaches the right people at the right time. For well over a decade now, video marketing has represented one of the biggest opportunities in healthcare marketing. And chiropractic is no exception. The doctors who lean into it consistently separate themselves from competitors who hesitate. Patients are researching on YouTube, evaluating reviews and profiles on Google, and choosing providers who feel credible and relatable. Video makes that connection faster and more effectively than anything else. We've covered a lot in this 3-part series: YouTube optimization strategies, Google Business Profile video tactics, and video schema markup for comprehensive visibility. But the most important takeaway is this: video marketing is no longer optional for chiropractors who want to grow their practices. It's essential. And the good news is that most of your competitors haven't figured this out yet, which means there's still time to get ahead. All right, that wraps things up for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in to the Chiropractic Marketing Podcast. Before you go, remember to subscribe to my podcast on your favorite platform. Whether it's Apple Podcasts, Audible, YouTube Podcast, Spotify, or others, I've got you covered. If you need to see a full list of supported platforms, simply visit chiropracticmarketingpodcast.com. Last but certainly not least, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Apple Podcasts. Your reviews not only help build awareness of what I'm talking about, but also give me a good indication of how I'm doing. Be nice, be fair, but definitely be honest. I would greatly appreciate it, and so will future listeners. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.